I didn't light the candle on the frozen pizza. Didn't even touch it. The box was still sweating condensation on the counter when I got home that evening. My name scrolled on a post-it, "Congrats," in her handwriting that used to make me feel wanted. The oven clock blinked 8:47 p.m. The house was quiet. I stood there staring at that pizza like it was evidence in a crime scene. And in a way, it was. A week earlier, I'd watched her laugh under string lights, champagne glass in hand, as the drone hovered above the backyard. She and her friends cheered when it burst into a shower of sparks for my best friend Nate. The birthday bash of the year, they called it, fireworks, a custom cake, a toast that sounded suspiciously rehearsed. When I asked her later that night why his birthday got a full production while mine got an afterthought, she just shrugged. "You're not really the celebrating type, are you?" That line didn't sting at first. It just echoed. So, I didn't reply, didn't eat. I packed my overnight bag, grabbed my keys, and left. She didn't even ask where I was going. By midnight, her mother texted me, "Why is everyone freaking out?" That was the moment I realized she hadn't told anyone I was gone. We met in college. She was the loud one, the spark in the room. I was the steady one, calm, deliberate, the anchor. She liked that about me. Said I made her feel safe. For years, that balance worked. I built things quietly. She lit them on fire to see what would happen. Then she met Nate, my best friend since high school. He was the one I trusted to be best man at our wedding. The one who knew everything about me, my fears, my habits, the way I thought before I spoke. I didn't notice the distance at first. Her laughter around him, the private jokes, how she'd bring him up in conversations that had nothing to do with him. But you don't stay married to someone without learning their tells. And hers was silence. When she stopped asking me how my day was, when she stopped correcting my grammar mid-sentence, I knew something had changed. I didn't go home that night. I drove to a hotel by the highway, sat on the edge of the bed, and let the silence stretch until it stopped hurting. Then I opened my laptop. You see, I don't yell. I don't break things. I document. I plan. I execute. She thought I didn't celebrate. She was right. I commemorate. The next morning, I called a friend at the bank, quietly transferred my personal accounts, closed the joint one. Then I logged into our cloud drive. She'd forgotten to unlink her phone. Messages synced automatically. 2 months of texts, hidden photos, Nate's name under a nickname, Sparky. Cute. They weren't smart. They used her work email, my home Wi-Fi, our car. Every breadcrumb led right back to them. I spent the next week in motion, moved my valuables into storage, forwarded her emails to a hidden folder, changed the security camera access so only I could view the feeds. Then I wrote a letter, calm, precise, an account of everything she'd done, time-stamped, documented, undeniable. Attached photos, messages, transactions. Printed copies for my lawyer, her employer, and Nate's wife. The revenge wasn't the shouting type. It was the slow burn of truth set loose. On the day of Nate's promotion dinner, I made my move. She'd planned to meet him there after a quick stop with friends. Instead, she walked into a restaurant where every table had a printed envelope, one for each guest. I didn't stay to watch it unfold. I didn't need to, but I can imagine it. Her face pale under the chandelier, Nate's hand trembling over the table, the room buzzing with confusion as his wife read the opening line, "Congratulations to the happy couple who've been celebrating behind everyone's back." The drone photographer was there, by the way, hired again for the event. I wonder how she explained that footage. By the time she got home that night, her key didn't fit. The locks were changed. Her suitcase sat neatly by the door with a note taped to the top, "You're right. I'm not the celebrating type, but I am the remembering type." She called, texted, cried, then silence. A week later, the divorce papers arrived already signed on my end. She'd lost her job, too. Her company didn't appreciate client relations that involved weekend getaways and falsified receipts. Nate moved out of his house a month later. His wife filed for custody and forwarded me a thank you note. Funny how quickly alliances shift when the truth comes out. I spent my next birthday alone. Not lonely, just quiet. Cooked a real meal this time. Lit a single candle, not on a pizza, but on a slice of chocolate cake I bought myself. The kind she used to say was too heavy. It wasn't heavy. It was honest. People think revenge is about rage. It's not. It's about restoration, the quiet rebalancing of things that were tilted too long in someone else's favor. I didn't ruin her life. She just finally had to live it without the protection of my silence. And that, I think, was the real gift. Happy birthday to me.